Let's dive into the Bugout bag. So, Michelle, where do you see this thing? Do you have the, hand me this article.
I did.
All right, here it is. All right, see, wait, was this Wall Street Journal? No, this was, I don't know what the hell this was.
Popular Mechanics or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. How to build a Bugout bag even if you're not a prepper?
Yeah.
So.
Popular Science.
The Bugout bag.
Mm-hmm.
That has been more associated with like those conspiracy or end of the world or disaster preppers, right?
Right.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
But the suggestion is that everyone should have a Bugout bag?
Yeah.
What do I need a Bugout bag for?
We'll read the article and find out.
Oh, why do you fill me in? Why do you have, Michelle? I've been married to you since 1994. Do you have a Bugout bag that I'm not aware of?
Of course.
No, you don't.
I think like to know.
The evolution of the Bugout bag is...
Yeah, why don't you fill me in on the evolution of the Bugout bag, Fester?
I learned about the Bugout bag from my uncle who had a sketchy criminal history.
Oh, is this the one that was connected up in New York?
He always carried like a smaller duffel bag with like 3 days clothes, couple $100 in cash,
toothbrush,
things you would need for personal care, little pistol in there. In case you
did you just go?
Yeah,
a little pistol in there
in case you ever had to get the hell out of town. Right now.
What?
Right now.
What?
Yeah.
What family was your uncle connected to?
It's not a matter of a family or anything like that.
I want to know what I like that stuff. Which of the 5 families was your uncle connected to?
I'm pretty far out on Long Island. The families aren't everywhere. There's a lot of low key, really low level guys running scams that could probably get you capped at any time. But if for some reason my aunt would call him and say,
"Is your uncle still alive?"
No, he's not still alive.
What was his first name?
Vito. Uncle Vito.
Get out of here! Get that!
So
was really?
Yeah. So if my aunt would call, my aunt Josephine would call Vito, and say, "Vito, the car is circling around the block. I think they're looking for you." Vito knew to somehow get in touch with his Bugout bag to get the hell out of town. And then call the kids later and say, "Daddy's not coming home."
Lay low for a couple of days?
A couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months.
So your aunt, Vito's wife, knew to look out the window, and the car was circled. The guys were looking for him. So what did your uncle do that had the guys
just
looking for him?
His hustles. I think he was involved in some wagering. They both were the taking bets and the making bets.
Some bookmaking?
Yeah,
Uncle Vito.
You're just into stuff.
How did Uncle Vito die? Was he capped?
Natural causes.
Oh, it was natural causes.
Remember, he's like, I beat them all, sons of bitches.
Oh.
But listen, a Bugout bag is something that you have that's ready to go. If I said, MJ, we got to leave town in 30 minutes. Let's go. If something went down or we were involved in something where our lives were in danger or we had to get out right now, are you prepared to leave town in 30 minutes?
All right, so here's the story. Michelle found this. Michelle found this from Popular Science. A Bugout bag, a prepackaged, easy-to-carry survival and evacuation kit.
See, but now they're changing to survival kits. They want you to have a compass, a tent. Yes. My Uncle Vito's not going to
How about a stick and flint?
Seriously, that's what they want you to have. They think you're going on like Survivor or something.
The survival, easy-to-carry evacuation kit lets you leave at a moment's notice. It should contain pretty much everything you need to spend up to 3 self-sufficient days away from your home.
Yeah, but not at a hotel. Like 3 days away from your home in the field.
Like in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Then the article even has good Bugout bags you can buy, like the Yeti Ranchero 20-liter. Or the High Sierra travel bag, steel gray.
Which one do you want?
I'm fine with, I love my Peak Design backpack.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a backpack there,
If you're carrying a Yeti anything, it's not a Bugout bag, okay?
I'm looking at, like, actual picture where to keep your Bugout. You know what we ought to do? We ought to go to phones here. Let's go to MJ Morning Show listener lines and ask our listeners, that's you folks, about your Bugout bag. Do you have a Bugout bag? What is in your Bugout bag? How long have you had a Bugout bag? Do you have bug spray in your Bugout bag?
I mean, if you've had it for a long time and you're not opening it, you may want to check it.
All right, let's go to phone. I'm just curious how many of our listeners have Bugout bags. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Do you have a bug out bag? What's in it? 800-990-1047. Call us now.
Well, can I just point out, did you look at the items on the list? Because some of them I think are appropriate for our hurricane preparations. And one of the items that was interesting to me.
Like a weather radio?
Well, there is a hand crank radio on there.
Batteries for flashlights?
But also a Pelican wallet, which I never even heard of this brand before, and you know why I now know of it now.
The Pelican cases.
Yes, but it's a Pelican wallet. Look at it. It's literally a wallet.
I'm looking at it right now.
And
I had no idea that Pelican, they make the hard plastic cases for like electronic gear.
Yeah.
A lot of military applications use those hard Pelican cases.
Right. And I only know of this because of Julian, but they make a wallet.
I might or might not have a Barrett 50 cal in a Pelican case.
So but it's a security case, right?
But you had to walk in the water to get to the car when we had the last hurricanes in October. This Pelican wallet would have been good for you.
I had to walk a mile in waist-high water to get to Kennedy and West Shore to get a ride across the bridge during the hurricane.
Did you have to make any notes? Because there's a right in the rain pad in the bug out bag recommendations there.
So let me go through the communication navigation. So NOAA weather radio. They recommend an Eton Odyssey hand crank radio that doesn't even need batteries.
Yeah.
You can just hand crank the thing. Here's a compass, signaling devices. What am I going to signal a helicopter?
This bug out bag.
I've got a mirror in my. I carry a safety sausage. I have a Nautilus GPS. When I
what?
A safety sausage?
Did you say a safety sausage?
Yes.
Well, in case you get hungry on the run.
That's right. I forgot.
This is for my scuba diving.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, in case you want a snack?
When I scuba dive, I have a little pouch that is attached to my diving vest, my BCD. I've got a little pouch. I've got a rolled up Dan safety sausage. I've got a signaling mirror. I've got a Nautilus GPS device.
What the hell is a sausage? Is it a sausage?
No, it's
Is it like a beef jerky stick?
It's Jimmy Dean sausage
I don't know.
in my scuba.
Okay, that's ridiculous. Jimmy Dean's typically raw.
No.
Is it like beef jerky?
A safety sausage. It's a bright red, rolled up, 6 foot long. What are you laughing at?
What are you going to? To like a bachelorette party or something?
If you're on the surface of the water, I have a signaling sausage that extends like 6 feet up in the air that you can signal boats that you're like in the surf. You're like floating at sea. It's got reflectors on it. It's a safety device for scuba divers.
Yeah, I got your signal sausage.
It's called a safety sausage. All right, hang on. Let's go to phones on the bug out bag. Michelle, look what you've started here. All right, so it is recommended that everyone has a bug out bag, sunscreen. I mean, all kinds of crap.
This is a really primitive bag. I mean, my bug out bag is like just have to get out of town, not go into the...
Do you have an emergency whistle? What if you have to
No.
Guess what? I have a whistle on my scuba vest. Yes.
You need to code to somebody. Some.
Yeah.
What do they call
I'm
that?
trying to avoid drawing attention to myself.
And if you need any safety scuba devices, go see my friends at Tackle Shack in Pinellas Park.
All right.
Joe in Apollo Beach. Joe, are you a bug out bag prepper?
I was a bug out bag guy before they were bug out bags.
Right.
Really?
But after hearing about the sausages, I might just fill an entire duffel bag full of sausages and replace all my bug out bags.
Right, it's not a real sausage.
I mean, it sounds delicious, doesn't it, Joe?
Joe, how long have you been a bug out bag guy?
So I would say since I was like 16. So I'm from the north, from up northern Illinois.
Yep.
And whenever you started driving, you kept a backpack. My first one's like a Jan Sport guy from Goodwill for $1.
Yep.
Backpack in the back of your truck or car or whatever you got with some food, with some candles, with some stuff to get you out in case you got stuck in the snow, like a shovel. Just basic survival stuff because that happens out in the country up north, and you want to be prepared for it.
Yeah, he's right. I remember there was like a big blizzard that hit like Wisconsin, and the woman was eating like peanut butter that she kept in the back of her car.
I remember
for like 3 days.
My grandfather always had a gallon of water in the trunk in case he got stranded in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah, you never know.
Even though he lived in Lake Worth, Florida. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a case of water in the back of my truck right now. Now you don't want to drink it because it's going to taste like straight up plastic,
But
it'll get you through if you're trying to survive.
life or death situation, yeah.
Joe, thanks for the call. Vicky is in St. Pete. Vicky, do you have a bug out bag?
Yes, I do. In the trunk of my car. I live in St. Pete, and especially with the most recent hurricanes and storms, I had to evacuate, and I wasn't sure where I needed to go. And growing up, I was a Girl Scout, and I always had, a pack in my trunk or around where it'd be like a bedroll and some candles and matches and things.
Yep.
Now you gotta.
But when you put it in those terms and when you really just think about it, it does make sense, because we always are told to have a hurricane preparation kit. We're a couple of months away. Hurricane season starts on June 1, goes to November 30th. They're saying it's going to be an active year again this year. The early forecasts are out from AccuWeather, et cetera. So, it does make sense to have a preparation kit. But when you think of a bug out bag, you think of you got to run from the cops or something. You got to run from the mob. Or, you think that we're about to get, nuked by the Russians or something. That's what I've always thought of. Hey, Vicky, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Have a good day, guys.
All right. Or the zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Mike, and two more calls, then I got to move on. Mike in Lakeland. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hello.
Hello. Good morning. I have two bug out bags.
Why do you have two bug out bags?
Right. One of them's full of MREs.
Oh, meals ready to eat.
Yep. And the other one's full of stove, saw, rope, trauma bandages, first aid kit.
Tourniquets?
Yep. I have a tourniquet, filtration straw.
All that stuff.
All right. So, Mike, tell us, why do you have the bug out bags? What are your concerns?
Civil unrest.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get off the grid for a little while, Mike. I mean, you're good for a week at least.
Yeah, I got enough to keep alive for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you know where you're going to bug out to?
I do.
What, like Ocala National Forest or something? Where?
It's a secret, though. I can't tell you.
Damn right you can't tell us. All right, Mike, thanks for the call. All right, one more call. Tom in Plant City. Tom, tell us about your bug out bag.
Hey, so I worked in Afghanistan for 13 years.
Oh, man.
And I always had a bag ready to go, had a map like the other callers, MREs, water, with two routes planned to evacuate in case the base collapsed. One going through the north to Mazar Sharif and the other one going towards Pakistan and the Sarobi Pass. Had shovels and water, $10,000 in U.S. cash.
Oh, wow.
Well, because you can buy your way through.
Yeah, you can bribe the Taliban, right?
Well, not the Taliban, but definitely border patrol.
Okay.
In Pakistan
Taliban's pretty dyed in the wool.
Yeah, okay. All right. Maybe side by side. Wow, Tom.
indigenous clothing.
Yeah, but Tom, we're not talking about
that's hardcore bug out right
we're
there.
We're not talking about the middle of Afghanistan. I mean, if you live in the middle of the Alafaya River, that's a different story.
So Tom, listen. So Tom, you're not in Afghanistan anymore. Do you have the same bug out bag in Plant City? Because when you got to get out of Plant City, you got to get out of there.
I do not have anything other than a hurricane bag.
All right, Tom. Thank you, buddy. And were you a contractor, or did you serve in one of the?
So after I retired, they called me back and asked me to come back as a contractor.
Right.
So
holy crap! All right.
Yeah, they had to end the war to get me out of there.
All right, Tom. I guess you saw a lot of crap over there. Tom, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
All right. All this from Michelle's article that she handed me on how people are building bug out bags at a higher rate than ever.
I think you would be more suspicious about why I am reading popular science.
Why are you reading popular science?
What are you building? What are you building, Nietzsche?
You like the video? If so, go ahead and click like, share, subscribe, and get more.